What is more important, Abhishek, talent or hard work?
Sir, I'll say it's a combination of the two things that works the best. Talent along with hard work would give you the best results. I have been an underachiever because I did not work hard at so many points in life. So yes, I'll say talent along with hard work, a balanced combination of the two would work best.
Okay. So do you regret your misadventures?
No, sir, I do not regret my misadventures like that. I learned something. I played sports. I was involved in extracurricular activities and all. So I'll not say I regret it, but yes, I could have done better had I balanced the two things. So I was a lot into other activities. So I could have done them along with my studies. Had I not ignored my studies, I would not have taken 5 years to complete my engineering. So you can say it's a thing that I would want to fix, but yes, unfortunately it cannot be done. But yes, I utilize that time well. But it should be a better balance. I should have done well there. I should have balanced it a little better. So that is what I want to do. But then I'm working on it. I'm trying to redeem myself. So yes, that is the thing.
Okay. Nice talking to you, Abhishek.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, Abhishek. So, what do you think is your biggest weakness?
So it's a tricky question. Sir, I have this tendency of trying of getting very involved in stuff. If I can give you a small example, I used to teach while I was preparing for civil services. I used to teach in a school. I used to teach history to 9th standard students. Now, history is generally a subject that's considered boring by many people. So when I used to teach history, I used to teach with a lot of passion. And generally the numbers of hours allocated to me always kind of used to fall short, because I used to teach it in the form of stories and all. And I was perennially, running a race against time. So this is a kind of weakness in the sense that something that is to be finished in 8 hours is to be finished in 8 hours, and I tend to take a little more time because I get involved. So yes, that is something that comes to my mind when you talk about weaknesses.
That's really bad.
No, sir, but I finished it in 8 hours only. That is just an example that the inner self always feels like doing a little more, because if the students are taking interest, you are interested, that conversation becomes interesting. So it's not like I'll go there and deliver a monologue. So I'll go there, have an interaction, and at times those 45 minutes just used to run past very fast. So yes, I faced a problem, but I could finish it. I'm learning from my mistakes. I fell short of it in the first 2-3 sessions, but then I kind of...
Teaching students is a different thing, but not meeting deadlines in bank will be a big problem.
Sir, I would differ here. On the contrary, I think if it's about homework, then I'll be doing it. For example, I used to put in a lot of effort into my teaching in terms of homework. So if you're saying meeting deadlines, let's say I have to submit a presentation by evening. If I know it in advance, I'll work overnight or do whatever, I'll finish it up. But the problem was to finish that task in 45 minutes. If you have to explain a particular topic in 45 minutes, that used to be the problem. The homework never was a problem over there. So if I have to submit a balance sheet, let's say at 5 o'clock, I'll do whatever I have to do it in the best possible manner or to my complete satisfaction. I would not leave it semi-cooked and never be late for it. It is just that specific thing wherein I have to deliver something in 45 minutes and I think it deserves 75 minutes. It is just that, sir. So you can take me forward for that. Delivery and all would never be a problem with me.
Okay, thank you, Abhishek. Okay, idea is what? What is the learning here? Don't copy this, okay? Idea is whatever weakness you give, you first of all have a valid logical, say basis for it, why you are having it, and then you are able to defend it. That is what he did, okay? And please don't choose, even if being short-tempered is, again, I'm not saying to lie, but you might have some other weakness, highlight that first. Being short-tempered in bank, you might just lose your head on a customer, don't do that. Choose something which might not, all of us have many faults, right? And I'm not being untruthful, yeah, it's a half truth, but if I tell I choose two which are not bad for the bank, it will be in best interest of everyone. That is what I will say. You might find me morally a bit shaking here, but I know for sure, yeah. I will not suggest my student to go there and tell your short-tempered and impatience are two things that you are really worried about. Trust me, I'll be surprised if you get through a banking interview. There, some strict no's. If I'm asking you to become, a person in the blood bank, someone who has to take the blood samples, and you have phobia of blood. Will I select you, however honest, however good you are? If you come and tell me that, is that possible? So just first of all think, what are the qualities which banks will never accept? Impatience, rudeness, short temper. If these are your shortcomings, start working on it before you reach, there, and kill these bad habits. They are anyways not good for anybody. And try to find the other one. Talk to your mom and dad, and tell them to talk to you frankly. They will tell you at least 20. Don't worry about it.
क्या पर्पज है? Why are they asking your weakness? Two reasons. One is they want to check if you fumble. Fine. Can you handle a question like this? This is one. Two, they want to know if you are self-aware. If you think about your personality, think about things on which you need to work and improve. These are the two things. So if you can handle this question well, good. Otherwise, आपको क्यों बताना जरूरी है? नहीं है ना जरूरी. So if you can answer this question well, that's good enough.
And third, I will say it is a red flag also. मतलब, as an interviewer, my duty is to select the best candidate. I asked a candidate what is his weakness, and he said, मेरे को गुस्सा आता है ना, मैं सामने वाले को थप्पड़ मार देता हूँ.
वो तो खत्म ही हो जाएगा.
And if I select him, so all three purposes are served, right? And that is why we suggested you this. Okay, so be careful with the weakness. Have a good logical. If it does not impact your working in bank, better. And finally, you are working on it. Most important part is you are working on it. You have realized there is some fault in you, and you are trying to amend it.
If somebody said, I cannot say no to anybody, it's a very bad weakness. Somebody comes to you and asks for a no. कैसे करोगे यार? This would be the next question. The moment you say this, okay, we make you the manager of a semi-urban branch, and somebody comes to you with documents that are not like complete and requests you, बहुत जरूरी है सर, क्या करोगे? You will not say no. क्या जवाब दोगे? बताओ इस बात का. Think about such things. Somebody said introvert. Being introvert, it's a weakness? Yes, it's a weakness. अब कैसे explain करोगे? Again, do not copy the answer. How do you explain it? Sir, I have this tendency to get introvert. For example, when I come back from my college and all, I do not interact too much with my neighbors and all. So, in specific setups, there is a tendency wherein I get into my shell. अब इसमें क्यों वो किंतु परंतु क्यों लगाना है? बिकॉज वो बोलेंगे यार कैसे काम चलेगा, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू हैंडल अ टीम, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू वर्क विद योर कॉलीग्स, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू हैंडल द ब्रांच, कैसे चलेगा ये? यू हैव टू टेल देम सर ये स्पेसिफिक सिचुएशंस में होता है एंड आई कैन कंट्रोल इट, सो आई गॉट अ गुड फ्रेंड सर्कल, बट इट्स जस्ट दैट बियॉन्ड दैट फ्रेंड सर्कल आई फाइंड इट अ लिटिल ऑकवर्ड टू सोशलाइज.
आई एम वर्किंग ऑन इट.
बट आई एम वर्किंग ऑन इट. आई गेटिंग इट? सोचो क्या बोलना है मेरे को, आई थीम क्या है, आई अंडरस्टैंड माई सेल्फ वेरी वेल, आई एम अवेयर ऑफ माई वीकनेसेस एंड आई वर्क कॉन्शियसली ऑन देम. सारी थीम सेटिस्फाई हो जाएंगे, आपको आंसर मिल जाएगा, किसी से नहीं पूछना पड़ेगा. यूल बी कन्विंस्ड, यूल बी सो कन्विंस्ड. मैं भी आपसे बोलूंगा अच्छा चलो आंसर डिस्कस करते हैं, सर ये हो जाएगा हैंडल. आई एम लाइक 100% कन्विंस्ड दिस इज द करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस. If I start a debate in between duty and enjoyment, duty versus enjoyment, what's your take on it?
Sir, they are not according to me, they are not contrasting two things. I mean, they are not two things in contrast. As a matter of fact, I believe for myself and loads of people who enjoy doing their work, doing their duty fills them with a sense of enjoyment. They are complementary to each other. I don't think they would be in my case, I don't think it would be in a contradiction to each other.
You are not answering the question. If I ask you to pick one of them, what would you pick?
Sir, then duty, obviously.
Duty.
Yeah.
Are you sure about it?
Yes, sir.
So, Ratnaba, if I employ you here,
okay,
and ask you to work on the weekends for the first 6 months regularly, would you be happy about it?
Sir, I mean, why would I not be? This is an opportunity, sir.
Think about it and then answer.
Yes, sir. I mean, I thought about it, and the more I think about it, in the first 6 months, the organization is believing in me, and an organization, I understand that an organization has job to be done, has clients, has deadlines. So obviously to meet those, sometimes it is required that we put in our extra efforts. Now, if in the first 6 months I am being given that extra effort, and I am giving that extra effort, and the company is believing in me, that it is giving me that responsibility, it opens up a lot of avenues for my learning, for my growth. So, this is something to be happy about, I think.
So you're open to the idea.
Yes.
We've told you, take a middle approach. Don't sound radical or fanatic and all. It's good to be mild as well as pragmatic, and you have to explain your rationale and everything. So that's important. But very often you ask us, what if the panel says nahi, ek choose karo. So why asking that question? Ek choose karo.
हो गया चूज करने वाला. देखो, मैंने पहले बोला, I said first that there is no choice between enjoyment and duty. They are both same to me. So he said no, you choose. You are giving a diplomatic answer. तुम्हारा ये तुम लोगों के words है ना, diplomatic answer. So he did not accept it. So then I chose one. Now when I chose one, then I'll have to talk about it. I'll have to stick. I'll have to give reasons for it, na? Right? So this particular stuff is to check how serious you are about it. Now, in the third question, so I'll make you work on weekend. Now, here is where most students, get afraid. I don't know why. What are they trying to check in you? They are trying to see whether you, as a candidate, believe what you are saying, or you are just doing a sham job out there. So if you are not convicted about the things you say, how are you supposed to be selected in an interview where everything is about your conviction, how you do it, and how you do it later on in your job? So he prodded me that I'll make you work on weekends. So what do I say? Sir, every weekend. I'll tell you one of the responses, some of the responses I get, and how I get. तुम्हें nervousness देखना था ना? देखो. Sir, every weekend? Okay, sir, this is first reaction. Sir, every weekend? बस हो गया, वहीं पे खत्म. Every weekend. Second, sir, every weekend would be too much. But I will try to do my work in the stipulated time, and then if it is required, then I'll do it. Half-hearted effort. Just now you said duty, and now when the choice is coming to choose, you are like, नहीं sir, मुझे तो ये भी चाहिए, वो भी चाहिए. अरे be convinced about what you are trying to say, na, and what you are saying. Say it and stick on that particular principle. If you are giving a principle, stick to that principle.
So, Ratnabhai, if you have to choose one of the two, you are being diplomatic. You have to choose one of the two, duty versus enjoyment. What would you pick?
Sir, duty obviously.
पक्का झूठ बोल रहे हो. Duty.
Sir, why? Because according to me, you are saying for the first 6. If you are to be given as a
no weekends for the first 6 months. I'm being very categorical here. Be honest. You are on record. Tell me,
sir. That's what I'm saying. Is this not something to be excited on? I am a newcomer.
I cannot tell you. I can say this about a lot of people. They do not get excited. They get scared by this.
But then, sir, I am a newcomer, and the company is believing in me and giving me opportunity to learn. So I feel really excited about it. So why
you are not afraid of this?
No, sir. Why?
अब क्या मुश्किल था? वो क्या बोलेगा? नहीं, तू अभी भी झूठ बोल रहा है. तू झूठ ही बोलता है हमेशा. बाहर निकल जा. कैसा यार, मतलब what does he want to hear? He wants to check whether the moment I say weekends for 6 months, लिखा तोड़ना है, वो तो डराने की कोशिश कर रहा है. देखना चाहते हैं कितना conviction से this guy is speaking.
अच्छा, moment is and the answer was same. Answer was same as the last time. Did you notice? I told the same answer, just I repackaged it in a way. Sir, why would I lie? Okay, just वो वाला लाइन छोड़ के और एक्सप्रेशन को हटा के आंसर तो सेम ही दिया ना मैंने. आंसर कौन सा अलग दिया?
So, Samir, tell me, you have not been employed for 2.5 years, almost. You've been giving tuitions, and now you are unemployed at this stage. You worked hard at this, all right. If you do not select you, if you do not get selected here, what then? What would you do?
ऐसे मत बोलो sir. This will be really difficult. I have prepared hard.
I understand, but I'm asking you. You have to have a fallback option. If you do not get selected, मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा, but अगर ऐसा हो गया, what would you do?
So it will be very difficult for me to, how do I take this? I have really worked hard. I think I have really put in hours and hours preparing for this.
I understand that, Samir, but you know it's a competitive process, so there are other candidates. Will be very fair to everybody. You'll get marks, and on the basis of that, there will be selection. Fine. Had it been in my control, I would have selected you. You are in need. But if you do not get selected, you do not have any plans, then what would you do?
I'll prepare hard next time. Maybe I do not have a.
You'll prepare hard.
Yes, I'll prepare.
This time also you prepared hard. Then 3.5 years next time.
That is difficult, but I want to get into PSUs.
What kind of answer was this? It was a bit comical, but yes, it might happen to people who have been working hard for this, and it can actually be demoralizing and disappointing. If the panelist says the very thought scares you at times. No, I mean the very thought of not getting that job can scare the living daylights out of you. Thinking क्या होगा यार? तो वो उसका एक्सप्रेशन निकल गया मुझसे. ऐसा मत बोलो यार, आप ही बोलोगे तो कैसे होगा? When I go out and look at my interview marks, उसने बोला था मेरे को नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा? इसी ने नंबर कम दिए. So do not do that, but be prepared for such questions. So it's one of those 35 questions that have the threads of which are there on our Facebook group. Work on these questions. Samir, you have been preparing for this for 2.5 years. It's a long battle. You prepared hard. What if you do not select you? You do not get selected this time. What would you do?
First of all, that would be unfortunate if that happens, because I really worked hard for this, and it will be difficult. But yeah, at the same time, I'll go back and analyze what are the things I have done wrong this time. I'll try to improve upon it, and maybe come next time. Yeah, and at the same time, as suggested by you, sir, I'll ensure that I make myself gainfully employed, because now I think I'm at the same time now better equipped with the examination pattern. I understand that, and even with the work as was suggested by you, I think I'll be able to prepare for it, and maybe next time I'll get through.
Right.
This is bad question. Actually, it puts you off. Even when I am kind of playing a different person, I feel bad. I feel hurt. How can you say on my face that I'll be rejected? But I have to take it calmly. Maybe even this was, I felt bad. Honestly, I'm telling you, I was not trying to do any drama here. I felt bad. Why will you not select me? I have really put in a lot of hard work here. I have worked sincerely. I have told you everything about me, how I have, kind of sustained myself. I have reached there. It hurts. But there you have to have that, neutral disposition, except, if it happens, of course, it will go to the best guys. And though I'm confident that I have done well, but if I'll again go back and work it. And if during the course of interview, you were convinced at certain time that you should go back and take a job somewhere, yes. And at the same time, though my, my personal liking is that, so he will not object me trying for bank again also. Maybe I'll take a job and then I'll try again.